I don't know who needs to hear this.
It didn't matter what stage of my life, women was always my main.
It's either you're gonna start taking care of her or the next man's gonna get her.
I wanted to know everything women wanted. I'd rather beat off than to just hit a regular shot because I had got to the point where I thought I was that ill of a nigga.
Oh, we rolling.
Oh no, you just the way you did it before. This way you started. Would you ask me?
Oh, I didn't know if you had an intro.
Oh no, I don't do that. Fuck it all. Let's just go. Ask the question away.
So, what inspires you to make the content that you do?
To be honest with you, it was the fact of I thought about like what I'm really good at in life. And I looked at my life and everything I had been through. And the only thing that made sense is what everybody used to always talk about, or what made other men jealous, or what made other people look at me, was women. And the thing about it is, I've always been into women. You know, before I had money, when I had money, when I didn't have money. It didn't matter what stage of my life, women was always my main focus. It was just because of something I've seen like since I was a child. Watching my grandmother getting taken care of by my grandfather, watching my mother being taken care of by my father, watching all the players in every movie that I ever watched, whether it be an Italian mob movie, whether it be a gangster movie or a street movie, Scarface. Anytime you ever look at anything, it was like the man with money and the man with women. And that just was my fascination since a kid, because it came to a point in my life where I knew I wasn't gonna play ball. You know, and like you come to, after a while, the fantasy of being a football player or a basketball player dwells away as you get older. So then it was after that, it was like, well, if I can't do that, what else could I do? And then I feel like college wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't go to college. The funny thing is I went to college the first day to sign up. And I realized that it wasn't for me and I didn't want to waste the money. So anyway, I picked the route that I picked. And along that route, the one thing I always wanted was women. And I think this is where this whole story begins. It's probably like, I'd say back in 2007. I had only just lost my virginity for like a year. And a funny story is I had only been hitting like ex-chicks, regular chicks and whatever. I was living in New York at the time with my boys up in New York. And I think I was 19. I had just came back from Atlanta. I had moved out there for like 6 or 5 months, right? And after that, I had, went back to New York. And at that age, I had figured out, you know, women wanted more out of men. You know what I'm saying? I realized that being young, 18, 19, hollering at high school girls still was, you know, not acceptable. So I had to focus on college girls. And when I started focusing on college girls or older girls, I started realizing they wanted more out of a man other than just looking good, you know what I'm saying, or speaking good. So I think that has started me working out. And then I had started working out that year, whatever, and then I got in shape. And then at first, you know, I was young. I was like 19. So the first time I got a body, I had went to the beach. That's why my boy's laughing over there. And I had came around him because, you know, he had always, matter of fact, the same person in the room was one of my big inspirations. Like, he used to get all the girls. Since we were in high school, he was sexually active. You know what I'm saying? I remember coming into middle school, he was already getting his dick, so, you know what I'm saying, already getting blowjobs and shit. So I was like, damn, I didn't get my, you know what I'm saying, till I was in 8th grade. But even though still was spread out, so this, you know, this man was getting all the bitches. And I got to a point where I was like, what can I get over him? And I thought about it. It was the gym. I said, he's not in shape. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't in shape yet. So I had got in shape and I had disappeared for like 6 months. You know, and I was dealing with one girl at the time. And you know what I'm saying? Whatever, I dealt with her and I had got in shape for 6 months. After 6 months and I got in shape, I had came back out the house. I think I met up with them at a party or something. I had my shirt off. I had waited till the music got right and started getting all the girls. So that's where I started me wanting to figure out what women liked. And at a young age, before I had money or before money mattered, it was all about muscles. And then you got to the point of the most famous story I got is I think in like 2008, it was this girl in the gym I had really liked. She was like a bad little Spanish joint. And I was so used to getting all the girls at the gym. And this one particular chick, you know, I just couldn't crack it. So anyway, I think one day I was leaving the gym and I was flirting with her, walking her up out the gym. And she was like, oh, my boyfriend's coming to pick me up. Shot me straight in the fucking face. And I was like, damn. And he was in the parking lot. It was some fat Spanish nigga. And I think he had like Cubans on and everything. He's like, yo, mommy, hurry up. And once I seen that, I realized that women didn't just want you to have muscles. I wanted to know everything women wanted because I didn't just want a regular girl. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got regular girls. Everybody was hitting the same chicks.
You wanted that trophy piece.
I wanted the trophy piece. But I didn't just want one. I wanted 2, 3, 4, 5. I wanted one after another. I wanted to collect trophies. That's when I wanted to have, like, I wanted to make sure that every chick I hit was bad. So then I started understanding women. And through my own errors, I would say throughout my 20s, was what got me to the point of now of having the knowledge or knowing the certain things that I go through with women because I've been through them. I fucked up. The only reason why now I could score the way I score is because of everything I had been through. You know, I remember when I first started out hitting college chicks, then trying to get the baddest one, figuring them out. And I thought that the main basis of every woman was that they just wanted to feel special. And I think everybody thinks I'm all about money. It's not about money. Let me ask every man in the room. The first time you ever get money, right? What's the first thing on your mind? Pussy. And if that's not the first thing on your mind, I don't know what kind of person you are, what kind of street person you are. The first thing on your mind when you get a bag is how bad your next girlfriend, especially if you're single. Now, if you got a wife, if you're a single young man and you get the bag, the first thing on your fucking mind is women. And I don't care what any man in the world says. And if that's not, I don't know what it is, because that was the first thing on my mind, because I thought about it. What else would I want to do if I had money other than get beautiful women? And I think that's what got me going on through the trial and error. You know, and understanding things. I'm not saying like every man on every girl that you meet, you need a trick on. And I think that's what a lot of people get confused with me. You know, is that's not my goal and that's not what I want to do. See, me, I've been through a lot of situations with females. I've been hurt. You know, I've been misled. I've learned these things and I'm open to it because my emotions are open. I learned that once you let something go and you accept it, you become better at your craft. And my craft was women. You know, I learned that through my 20s, through my trial and error, getting beautiful women, you know, what I had to do. And I would say it was around the time of, I say 2012, I started really getting money, or 2013. And I wanted to step my game up. And the women that I wanted weren't just regular girls. A lot of them are famous now, or whatever it may be. I got obsessed with like beautiful bad Johns. Like, I didn't want the regular girl in the club. I used to go in strip clubs. I didn't want the regular stripper that everybody wanted. I wanted the girl that told everybody no. I wanted the girl that nobody knew. I wanted the new bad John. I wanted the bad girl. I'd rather go jerk off that night than to take the straggler that all my mans can hit or anybody else get. I wanted the baddest girl in the fucking... I'd rather beat off than to just hit a regular show, because I had got to the point where I thought I was that ill of a nigga. And I don't know, like, you know, where people get it all misconstrued, like that's a bad thing. I started collecting trophy pieces. I started realizing, let me respect my dick, let me respect my image, let me respect myself. And I said, let me just go for the elites. And I figured, let me collect them as I go. This is my truth. You know, I think a lot of men get it confused, like I'm over here bashing men. No, what I'm doing is showing you what you need to step your game up on. Because nobody gave a fuck when I was broke. The women didn't give a fuck. Nobody gave a fuck. Nobody gave a fuck about Papi Don until I started helping people. Until I started getting money. Until I started going to the clubs. Until I started going out. Until I got money is when people started caring about who I was. And so I think that was the major point in my life to understand, like, this is just what I'm good at. And at the end of the day, no matter how much money I got, no matter what, I always just wanted to live good and fuck bad bitches. And if it's a crime, then lock me up for it. Because that's it. You know, like, I always wanted a nice crib, a nice car, clothes, and a bad bitch. And I don't understand what men don't understand about that. I'm not telling y'all to, hey, go out here, when you see a girl, let me fuck her, let me just pay her, or pay her before I go get my... I'm talking about for the men that are players, or the men that just want to get a beautiful woman, or a girl with standards. Now, I think that the main thing that men get misconstrued is they want me to talk about hoes. They want me to talk about the bitches that don't deserve. And see, I feel uncomfortable saying that because I took the pastor route for a reason. I speak for all women and all men. And I'm going to tell you why. I can't tell nobody about their happiness, such as the fact of I can't tell a fat girl she can't have a husband. You know how many people I know that are big, that have money and have a wife and are happy? See, the dollar bill knows no beauty. The dollar bill knows a human and work ethics. So I'm not going to sit on a social platform preaching it, but then downplaying somebody else. Just because a woman is big, just because she's ugly, just because she's skinny, just because her boobs are done, just because she has plastic surgery, just because she's a dick sucker, just because why do I have to tell which women should deserve what? As a man, you should know which women deserve it and which women don't. I'm not here to teach you brothers to do that. What I'm here trying to teach men is treat women good if you want beautiful women. If you want to have a stable of women, you need to be able to keep up with your horses. If you just want one beautiful horse, you still got to keep up with it. And I think a lot of men took it the other way and thought I'm talking about, hey, just trick on random women and give these girls this and give these hoes that. No, the thing is, I leave cliffhangers in most of my clips because I want you to come to church and I want you to have a conversation with me. I want you to understand me as a man. I think that all women are beautiful. And the number one thing I want men to understand is I don't chase hoes. So when it comes to when they say, oh, you should teach us about the hoes, I can't. Because they do whatever with me for free anyway. So I shouldn't have to tell real game to a man like, hey, them women don't deserve it. Those women don't deserve it. And they know they don't. But I'm not the man to sit here and derogatorize them. Because when you go to any church, any mosque, or any synagogue, right? The pastor doesn't steer anybody away. He doesn't steer away a homeless man or a rich man. So I'm not going to steer away a woman that some men classify as hoes, or women that don't deserve. Because what you won't do, somebody else will. What you see as trash, another man might see as treasure. I think that a lot of men get that confused. So what I want to do is go on a journey to show men what women want, not just listening to me, because I'm not telling you what I thought. See, everything I'm teaching you men is everything I've learned from the mouth of a woman, the woman I'm with now and every woman I have been with before. And I think that what a lot of men get angry about is that no matter how much dirt they do on me or how much you look up, it's inevitable to say I've been around beautiful women. The number one thing that most men are emotional about over me or anything, or most other men, I'm not even going to just say myself, the most thing men are jealous about is women. Most men don't want to talk about it because most men are immature, not just immature, their insecurities flag through. He might have a little dick. A lot of niggas don't want to talk about that. They got the little man, got the shrimp. So that makes them insecure. Or they fat and got the shrimp. That makes them insecure. Or you're broke, you're fat and got the shrimp. That makes them insecure. Or you're broke with the bag with the shrimp. Men have insecurities, and I understand that. But it's not up to me to tell you what to do. What I tell every man is get to the bag. Spend on a woman. Make her realize you're there for the long haul. And watch how different it is. And again, men, what the fat niggas get played and Let me tell y'all niggas something. And every man in this room will contest. I have never been played by a woman before. Because if I gave her something, I gave it to her out of the purity of my heart. I didn't give it to her saying, I'm going to get pussy. And I know this next statement is going to say arrogant. I gave it to her knowing that I'm going to get the pussy later. Because I'm not going to put pressure on her. I'm not going to bother her. I learned the nature of women. And the nature of women is to nurture them. Part of nurturing them, if I'm not in the same state, is sending them something to take care of their bills. You know what I'm saying? And I learned this game from old school players. I'm not representing these new young bucks. Your new rappers talk about this, that, and the third, which, before I get off topic, it's funny because a lot of men DM me and they'll be like, hey, Future is our savior. That's crazy because Future says in the video, you identify minds by the AP. Future says in every song how he tricks on his women. So if Future's your savior, he's telling you if you want beautiful women, you need to treat them well. And I think that a lot of men want to steer away from the message and then they want to bring other things into it. Listen, the message is simple. We're going to learn women together. I'm going to tell you what I've learned from women. They're going to tell you what they learned throughout interviews and different situations to tell you about what they want from a man. Because everything that I'm teaching men now is nothing that I just learned or I'm just saying for myself. These are actual events, actual situations with women. At the end of the day, my message is very simple. Are you going to send that girl a cash app? Are you going to sell her? Because if you're not going to sell her, somebody around me will, or somebody that's just like me will. I think a lot of men get that confused. Women don't give a fuck. They want to know now and ever during the pandemic in 2021, are you going to pay the bills? Are you going to be there? Or are you just going to cap? And I think a lot of men get angry because I'm expressing their insecurities. But I want them to understand something. Most of the insecurities that men have, I have the same one as you. If it's anything about you, your physical body or how you talk, how you walk, all the insecurities, your money status, I was him. And I think that a lot of men don't understand the double sword is listen to women. And that's my whole message in this is that let's just sit back. Let's listen to what they got to say and let's do it. Because I don't understand, like, if you get money and you got money, I thought the whole purpose of it was to live life. If you see me spending money on a woman, that's 10, 20% of my income. It's not what I made. It's not everything I got. It's real simple. It's just a little bit of it. And again, I'm not telling men to just spend on hoes. I'm telling you to spend on the women that you like. The beautiful girls, the bad girls, the corporate girls, the regular 9-to-5 beautiful women, the big girls. And again, it's no specification on beauty. I'm not the other men. You could be a fat man and get a fat wife and y'all make beautiful children and you live a beautiful life. So don't, and the whole reason of this before I get off is that, you know how many messages I get from regular women? It touches my heart. I even choke up about it. I've gotten big girls, skinny girls, just regular girls that say,
I've never in my life had confidence to ask a man for money. And I think I totaled it up. I've gotten women in the 2 weeks I've been doing this, $28,000. And these are women that never got money before. This woman wrote me a paragraph and sent me a video of her crying. She has 2 children. You know, and I could tell that's not my type of girl, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there's a man out there that was her type, that liked her. And she straight up told him, well, you playing around with me, woo, 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 woo. Send me something, let me know what's wrong. And he smoked her boots. And that ain't a perfect relationship. And I think that's what men get angry about is that, yeah, you go. So it's like, I'm not trying to take away from anybody. And I tell him, man, listen, if you don't spend money on women, cool, bro. Don't listen to me. But I will tell you this. Nobody around me wants to fuck the girls that you're fucking. I don't want no free bitch. If she don't want nothing, that's straight. You can keep her. That's you. That's not me. If you don't like what I'm preaching, and you a good looking brother and you get women, then what I'm saying shouldn't affect you. What I'm going to expose is every man that has an insecurity or just flat out don't even want to take care of a woman is going to outspeak. Because all the men in this room don't agree with everything I say, but I bet you none of these men will repost it and say anything negative on it because they don't want the woman not to think that. A real player knows how to speak to women. You could take everything I say, flip it and do it for the way you want to use it. Women too. But I think that men got to understand that women have a voice too, and understanding what they like is the bag. They want you to spend money. Even if you a 9-to-5 man, you got a 9-to-5 girl, she still wants you to take her to the nice restaurant. She still wants you to do this. I don't understand what's men's obsession with doing women grimy. You got niggas on Instagram making whole videos of disrespecting women. And it goes back to this saying that me and my old friend over here, Sonny, used to say. It's like, that's why we never used to invite niggas to come out with the bitches. Because niggas don't know how to fucking act. You can't even act on Instagram. It's like they gotta say, fuck these hoes, fuck the bitches. Well, let me tell you something on some real player shit. Yo, most of these girls is hoes and bitches in here. And we trying to hit them. We want them to think they queen. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. We gonna spend a little change, a little that, and that's just normal. See, because let me tell you something, and I don't want to get too personal. Everybody I grew up with has money. Everybody I grew up with takes care of women. I'm from New York. So to me, the last time I spoke to an opposition of a person that doesn't like me, he told me all the stuff he did for his girl. And the reason why, he wanted to show me how much money he could just blow on a female more than me. So what do I do in response? I blew this on my girl. And I think that that's what a lot of men's insecurities sit on, is all of us, not all of us, but most of us, I was a victim of this too. I was the goofy here. All of us get angry that when a girl is done with us, we get angry about it. We say, she used me, or they ungrateful. And I ask every king, even the kings, what was she ungrateful for? She fucked you, right? She sucked you, right? She was there for you all the time. Y'all broke up. You think she's ungrateful because she didn't give you back the shit or didn't stay with you and played your yo-yo. Trust me, I was the same psychopath. All of us are. These women ain't using you, bro. You know, and they're not doing nothing crazy. I just want men to learn to be happy. Take care of women. Because the more you take care of women, the more they're going to take care of you. And it's like I tell men, all the women I ever took care of, I could spin the block. Because what woman doesn't want a man that she could come back to that she knows already is going to do what he's supposed to do? I'm going to pay the bills. I'm going to pay your hair. I'm going to pay your nails. Whether it's my side chick, this chick, whatever chick when I was single or whatever. And I think that that's the basis of it all. It's for men just to take care of women. God bless. And come to church every Sunday.